everyone, I welcome you all to today's hit series session, that is High Impact Topic series session. In this particular series, I bring to you all certain current affair topics which are going to be very crucial from your UPSC CSE's perspective, preparations perspective, and in fact, I go towards the static portion of this particular current topic and I make the news an opportunity to have a discussion on 360-degree basis with regards to this particular topic. So in this series, my topic for today is coal. So of course it has been selected because it is in news, but not just that. See, this topic becomes crucial, and in fact my way of filtering the topics for this particular series is that UPSC should have asked either about or around this topic earlier. So this means that this topic is one of the favorite topics of UPSC. UPSC is interested in asking about it and keeps on asking about it from time to time. So of course coal absolutely qualifies in that zone. Fossil fuel and coal, in fact very particularly, has been asked several times in the prelims as well as mains examination. Anything regarding coal could be there in your examination. In fact, there is an analysis that I had that from 2011 to 2022, so in the past few years, UPSC has asked about coal 18 times. So either a question was about it, or it was one of the option statements, or it was the answer of the particular question. So UPSC definitely is asking about and around coal a lot. In that case, of course, we are going to discuss why it is in news. Then we shall be knowing all about coal as far as this news is concerned, and beyond that, as far as is required for you to know from the perspective of this news, as well as especially from your examinations perspective, right? Followed by the prelims and mains based practice question for you all. But before that, I want you all to be informed about the new Polity and Ethics Foundation course 2023, which is going to be beginning soon on 25th of August, and you are going to be taught by the founder and director of Analyst IAS, Mr. Nitin Shivhari sir. To inquire further about the admissions and the courses, these are the given contact details. You can even visit our office in Old Rajendra Nagar Market, and these batches are offline as well as online. So this special course can actually add a lot towards your UPSC CSE preparation and add a lot of value to your preparation for this examination. Don't miss out on this very crucial opportunity and apply soon. Now, let's discover the news. So, Minister of Coal and Mines, Pralhad Joshi, has said that the government will stop the import of thermal coal from next year. Do you remember recently India faced a lot of coal crunch in the peak summers, and there were a lot of electricity cuts, power cuts in the northern region of India especially. And now this news is coming in that India is going to stop importing the coal. Absolutely stop. It's not it will cut back on import. No. Look at the word, stop importing coal, and the statement is not a rumor. This statement is directly coming from the Minister of Coal and Mines, Pralhad Joshi. He has said that India is going to stop importing thermal coal from next year. So why it is so? Of course, because India has to look towards sustainable development. We have to develop, but we have to develop sustainably. We are targeting net zero emissions by 2070, and we are, of course, we can't compromise development, but we can always make it more sustainable and in fact look forward towards green economy. In that sense, it's not just that, even to be self-reliant as far as coal is concerned. Even that is possible for India, right? So the key highlights related to these news was that a workshop has been inaugurated on coking coal strategy for India steel sector in New Delhi on 18th of August. And it is in this workshop that the coal and mine minister Pralhad Joshi made this particular statement. So Ministry of Coal is targeting a production of 900 millions of tons of coal this financial year. Of course, the coal crunch has made India realize, see, energy is required for any kind of development, any kind of production in the country. Energy is required for any kind of economic cycle to keep going. So if you are lagging in power availability, then you are actually losing out on a lot of productive opportunities. So to prevent such a happening once again, the ministry has decided for this production of coal, and the target of Coal India Limited comes to 700 million tons. However, we are ready to achieve 900 million tons this financial year. So the domestic coal consumption has gone up by 22%, and that of coking coal production has marked 15% growth. Why consumption of coal is increasing? Because productivity of the economy is increasing, because we are developing, and to develop more we need more energy. And if we need more energy, most of the northern part actually of India is dependent. In fact, the whole of India is very much dependent on thermal power plants. So of course, to produce that energy we need coal. That's why the coal consumption has been going on. So Coal Ministry has enhanced incentive for coal gasification, and it will lead to fulfilling the vision of Prime Minister to achieve 100 million tons coal gasification by 2029-2030. See, it's not just about extracting coking coal. We have other ways to utilize the resource available for us, and coal gasification is one such alternative. So government has brought changes in Mines and Minerals Act and instituted a transparent coal auction process. We will talk about the auction process, but first let's talk specifically about coal and Indian prospects with regards to coal. So Indian coal is classified in two categories, usage based, and it's not just Indian coal. Any coal in any country of the world is going to be classified in this manner itself. That is, first one is coking coal, then comes in the non-coking coal. So coking coal is essential for iron and steel industry, while non-coking coal can be used to produce power in thermal power plants or for other purposes as well. Now, the classification of coal based on carbon content. Let's look at that. Again, this is not specific to India. This is general. Anywhere in the world, this is how coal is going to be classified, right? So first one is peat. That is not even considered coal because carbon content is too less. See, more the carbon content, more the calorific value. Means the energy produced out of burning that coal will be more. That is calorific value, right? But here, wastage is going to be a lot, and very minimum amount of energy would be derived. So it is partially decayed plant matter in swamps and bogs, and it has very low heat content. Then comes in the lignite or brown coal. See, coal is black in color. Pure carbon is black in color. So if it's brown, of course it's comparatively lesser as compared to what a real rich coal should be. So this lignite coal again has low heat content, low sulfur content, limited supplies in most areas, and then comes in more calorific value, more heat and pressure, that is bituminous coal or soft coal. This one is extensively used as fuel because of its high content and large supplies are available, and normally it has high sulfur content as well. Then comes in the ultimate, that is anthracite coal. It is the hard coal, pure carbon content, highly desirable fuel because of its high heat content and low sulfur content. Supplies are limited in most of the areas. See, best is always less, right? So peat is impure, has very low carbon content and in turn low calorific value. I talked about calorific value to you on the previous slide itself. So calorific value of peat is only 40%. So if you burn 100 grams of peat, you would only derive 40% energy from that, and 60% of it would be going in waste. Then if you are talking about lignite, bituminous and anthracite coal, they have carbon content in this manner respectively. Lignite has 40 to 60% carbon content, while bituminous has 60 to 80% and anthracite coal has 80 to 90% carbon content. Remaining matter in the coal is called volatile material. These volatile material could be that consists of the mass of the coal. It is moisture, ash content and sulfur content. So bituminous coal has a special significance because it contains bitumen, which on heating, in absence of oxygen, is converted into coking coal. So from where coking coal is derived? It is derived from bituminous coal. Do we extract coking coal? No, we cannot. It is made out of bituminous coal by burning it in the absence of oxygen. So this process of actually burning it in the absence of oxygen removes its volatile material. So all the moisture, all the ash content and sulfur content would be gone. The only thing remaining would be carbon content. Now that content that you have with you after the process of burning it without oxygen, that is known as coking coal and is further heated to get coke, which is used in blast furnace. So this coking coal will be heated again and now coal will be gone, only coke is what you call will be remaining, and it will be used in blast furnaces to extract iron from iron ore mines or from iron ore itself. So this type of coking coal is what India lacks. We don't have much of bituminous coal. 88% of the reserves are non-coking type. So non-coking means every other kind of coal but bituminous, right? And rest 12% have high ash content. Indian coking coal is cheap and of poor quality, and imported coking coal is expensive and good quality. And that's why steel industry, what it does is it takes Indian coking coal and imported coking coal, it blends all of it and makes it economical to use for itself, right? To secure, because Indian coal comes at moderate cost while the imported coal will be very expensive since it's very energy rich. And so that's why coking coal, mixing both the coking coals together makes it economical for the industry sector as well. So here are the coal reserves of India. There are reserves in Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan, Gujarat. This Chota Nagpur Plateau Belt has Deccan Plateau Belt has a lot of coking coal. Has a lot of coal, and then Northeast has coal. Apart from that, Tamil Nadu Pondicherry area also has coal. So coal mining in India. India is rich in ancient coal fields like Gondwana coal fields, 250 million years old, and tertiary coal fields, 15 to 60 million years old. Coal mining was started during the rule of East India Company in 1774 in the Raniganj coalfield along the western bank of Damodar River. And since then, a lot of steps have been taken to enhance the coal production in India, because as you develop, you need more energy, and for production of more energy, you would require more coal. So, commercial auction of coal on revenue share mechanism has begun. See, otherwise there used to be captive mining. Under captive mining, government used to allocate a company, let's say Tata Steels, a coal mine. Now, it is not allowed to sell it commercially in the market, the coal it is extracting. Captive mining means you can only extract coal for your own use. But commercial auction here or commercial mining means you can extract coal. Government has allocated, you mine, has given it on lease to you because you've been the highest bidder and you have won the auction. Now you can use it for commercial purposes as well, as in you extract the coal and sell it in the market if someone demands it from you, right? So this allows sale of excess coal production, so you don't have to restrict yourself. Resources are a lot, you can see there is coal in the mine, but you can only extract how much you can use. That was captive mining. Now you don't have to restrict yourself. Under commercial auction, you can produce coal, extract coal, and the excess extracted coal, after you have used it for yourself, you can also sell it in the commercial market. So the Ministry of Coal has amended Mineral Concession Rules 1960 to allow the sale of coal or lignite on payment of an additional amount to the state government. Of course, if you are going to commercialize the coal sector, you are going to earn profit, and since this resource is a natural resource, and who is the custodian of our country's natural resource, who is the owner rather of our country's natural resource, government will say this is government land, right? You are just leasing it out from us. But if you are earning profit beyond your utility, then please share it with us, because what happens is we have to rehabilitate a lot of people for you to mine in that area, right? We have to rehabilitate a lot of wildlife. You will do deforestation, we have to compensate it to somewhere else, right? Because environment also has to be taken care of, and for all of those activities we will need fund. Please compensate, share your profit with us also, right? So state government takes the share. The Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act had been amended and is applicable for both private and public sector captive mines. So this captive mine now goes into commercial mine. That is the amendment. Commercial mining is allowed. Okay, so there are two kinds of initiatives that have been taken to smoothen the process. First of all, rolling auction. What used to happen earlier is that government used to put out tender of coal mines, and then it will invite companies. Companies will fill the tender form and they'll on the auction day bid for the coal mine allocation. However, under rolling auction, what happens is government has released a map of all the coal mine locations in India. The companies, they'll survey, and if they find that okay, certain coal mine I want to exploit, right, but this is not, the tender is not being given by the government. So under rolling auction, there's a provision that the company, let's say company A is the name of the company which wants to extract coal out of mine B. Okay, so company A will go to government and say, government, I want to produce coal from mine B, right? So government will say, okay, now I am going to put it for auction, so I am going to release a tender. So under this rolling auction, government says that if any one single interested entity will come to us, we will put the mine for auction, right? We will release a tender. So government will release a tender on the given date. If there is only person A who is still interested in coal mine and only he has filled the tender for auction of mine B, then what will government do? Government will say, wait, once again, let me put it on tender. Maybe some person comes in. Let's say competitor C sees, okay, A has surveyed. There is enough coal for A to actually produce, extract, right? So let me take this opportunity. Let's see if I could bid higher and I could earn the profit, because competition, in market competition, you need to beat your competitor. So for that matter, even C finds it profitable to extract coal from mine B. So C says, okay, let me also participate. But in that case, whosoever, now C will also fill the bid, tender once the government has for the second time released the tenders. And if A bids higher, A gets the mine. C bids higher, C gets mine. But what if C doesn't come for the second time also? Now, after the tender has been put out for auction 2 times, even if second time there's only a single person who's there interested in that coal mine, government will allocate the coal mine to that person, right? This is the mechanism of rolling auction. So you don't have to wait for the government to release the tender or to put a mine for auction. You will go to the government and demand that, government, I need this mine for extraction of coal, and government thereafter would be following the process I have told you. This is the whole implication, this is the whole rule under Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act currently. And also, to facilitate this process further, government has also come up with single window clearance. Now, what is single window clearance? Actually, Ministry of Coal, what it has done is, it has come up with a single portal or platform wherein you can apply for clearances, right? A single window where a lot of clearances, because to exploit this area, you would need clearance from the state government, from the rehabilitation authority, from wildlife authority, you need environmental clearances, you need various other clearances as well. So, to escape a lot of red tapeism, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of government to government office hopping, that to avoid all of that and to facilitate the ease of conducting any such operation, the government has come up with a single window clearance. Fine. So this is the scenario currently in India. Now, apart from extraction of coal, is there any other way to use the coal available underneath the ground? So these are the latest technologies for that. Number one is coal bed methane. It is natural gas which is found in coal seams. In absorbed form, it is similar to natural gas found in oil and natural gas blocks. It is clean pipeline gas and can be used almost without any processing. And this gas exists over there in the coal mines itself. You just have to pump it out and supply it for various usages, right? So here's how it is done. There's a submersible pump which is there, and water is put into the coal availability area, and from there on, this water in this water bubbles will start forming. Why? Because the availability of gas is there, and this gas will start, these bubbles will help you collect the gas. Water is going to be discharged on one end, and the gas from the water bubbles will be transferred through methane pipelines. This is how it is done, right? Very superficial explanation, general explanation. You don't have to go into the details of it, right? You don't have to do this process, and if you don't have to do this process, you don't have to go run behind the mechanisms of it, right? So next one is carbon sequestering. This technique for enhanced coal bed methane recovery, here carbon dioxide will be pumped into coal seam just like water was being pumped earlier. Coal has better absorption capacity of carbon dioxide, and it will result in more absorption of coal bed methane. So if more and more carbon is absorbed by the coal, number one, you are extracting carbon out of the atmosphere, so you are helping in preventing the greenhouse gas effect, right? You are preventing global warming, and thereafter your coal bed methane is being further enhanced. So it is a win-win situation. Then there is coal gasification and liquefaction. So coal underneath the land itself is gasified or liquefied, and then it is extracted, because going inside the coal mines, it is a very dangerous process even for the miner, and a lot of land is also degraded. So this process, it degrades lesser area, and it is more effective and economical in the long run. So this gives methane, hydrogen, carbon monoxide by combination of coal, water and oxygen. These products can be used for power generation and industrial processes. Oxygen and water is pumped in seam which decomposes coal in above products, and these are extracted through a well. So what happens is you will pump in oxygen and water in the coal mine. Then ultimately the reactions would provide you with methane, hydrogen, because how you were extracting methane, you were pumping in water. So if you are pumping in oxygen and water, methane will be there, hydrogen will be there, carbon monoxide will be there. And this is going to happen with what? With combination of coal, water and oxygen. That's what you are pumping in, and these are the products you are getting. So from coal mines it could become a coal well, because after all it is coal well. Because why? Because after all it is coal liquid and coal gas and not extraction of coal itself. So same way, under liquefaction, coal under the heat and pressure is converted in high value petrochemical. However, this is expensive process. So liquefaction is expensive process as compared to gasification process, and only is viable if oil prices in the world are going high. So coal liquefaction is also called coal to liquid CTL technology. It is an alternative route to produce diesel and gasoline. So ultimately through the process of distillation and or petrol refining, there is a process, right? So same can be done through coal. Now another way of going sustainable is biomass co-firing. So you pick coal, you pick biomass, mix them together just like you were mixing Indian coal and imported coal, right? And if you co-fire them, lesser utility of coal will be there. Even biomass would be put to some use. It won't be just wasted, and it will make your economy more sustainable, right? So it refers to concurrent blending and combustion of biomass materials with other fuels such as natural gas and coal within a boiler, which reduces the use of fossil fuels for energy generation and emissions without significantly increasing the cost and infrastructure of investment. So to inculcate biomass for co-firing, you don't need any other technology, special equipment or anything. You just have to put the mixture just how you were using the earlier just coal, right, for firing. So this was all about the processes that I had to tell you with regards to this particular news. It is a very quick revision from my end to you. I hope you've got it. If you have any queries, please put it in the comment box below. We will be more than happy to solve them for you. Now it's time for prelims based practice question. Consider the following statements. Number 1, coal sector was nationalized by Government of India under Indira Gandhi. Number 2, now coal blocks are allocated on lottery basis. Number 3, till recently India imported coal to meet the shortages of domestic supply, but now India is self-sufficient in coal production. So your answer is A. C. Yes, coal sector did get nationalized under Indira Gandhi, but first of all, it's not on lottery basis, but we have understood that it is being auctioned, right, through different mechanisms. Currently, India is up for rolling auctions, but there's no lottery basis as of now. And no, India is not self-sufficient in coal production. Yes, it is going to cut back on imports or stop importing, but it is going to use the alternate mechanisms to sustain with that. If India was self-sufficient already, it would not think of stopping to import, right? So if it is thinking of stopping to import, it means it is currently importing, right? So if it is currently importing, it's not self-sufficient. This statement is wrong. So your only correct statement is one only, that is A. Your answer is A. Now your means practice question for today. What are the major varieties of coal in India? Discuss various issues associated with coal mining in India. You will be answering this particular question in 250 words and send in your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.